Alright, hey guys, welcome back. It's the same day, obviously. Well, not obviously, if you're watching this later. But it's Friday, and I want to play some more Persona, so I don't have to go to bed or need to. And Kai and I were having a really good conversation about, particularly my sexuality, but like, we were just having a good conversation. And so I wanted to bring that onto stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go grab a beer. Do you want a beer? Do you want 2 beers? Do you want 3 beers?
2 beers, please.
2 beers.
Can I do anything, or am I resigned? Yeah, I should rest it for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of exams. Let's call it a day and go to bed. Sleep. It's only 6%.
Hey.
I'm so sleepy.
What's up?
Thank you for buying more milk.
Yeah, of course.
Did you clean up the
Ended up
mess?
pulling
that
an
was in the
all-nighter
fridge,
once I
too?
realized.
I didn't wipe up.
Whatever was dripping.
It was old spinach.
But I appreciate you for getting that out of there. Like,
Yeah, I got it out. It was gross. Love
And
you.
we can clean that fridge out when we move out.
Oh, you don't have to clean it.
Staying up studying?
No, true. They already took the security deposit. Like, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Nah, I gave up on the exam. I was playing some games, and then before I knew it, it was morning.
Ryuji is me. No, I gave up on the exam. I was playing some games, and then before I knew it, it was morning. Let me post on my Discord. I'm live, and also Twitter, because I'm doing that now. I need to link my Twitter with my Discord, so it's just like one announcement. Happy Friday. I'm staying up and drinking playing some 5 Royal. Copy text, go to Twitter. There's actually somebody that's at everyone. Join me at https://twitch.tv/Final Fangasm. If you've ever wondered about my sexuality.
If you've ever wondered about my sexuality. Yeah, let's talk about it.
So is there an actual thing that's the opposite of demisexual?
Yes.
Is that there's an actual term?
Let me scroll up and find it real quick.
What we're talking about is
Sorry, I gotta post a nude.
Okay. I identify as ace. I identify on the asexual spectrum. And somewhat demisexual, but I never really quite identified with that until Kai said something today about a person they're talking to who feels the opposite of demisexual, where it's easier for them to have sex with people they know little about. And I actually identify very strongly with that. And it's easier for me to have sex with someone I don't care about. For a lot of reasons. We can open up a fucking can of worms on that. Rebelling against my Christian upbringing, my feelings of having to perform. What am I doing? I'm bringing up Twitch. So make sure that I'm still streaming, because Twitch has been cutting off my streams. Yeah, what is the opposite of demisexual? And if you don't know, demisexual, which is what Kai mostly identifies with, although he's very sexual, he's not on the ace spectrum. Demisexual is where you usually don't have sexual attraction for someone until you know them more deeply. Usually there has to be some sort of bond there. And for me, it's the exact opposite. Not that, I was a slut in college. So that kind of explains it. And also, I've never had a relationship. Well, at one time, I've had a relationship last longer than 6 months. And the lack of sex after 6 months was a problem. TM problem. Trademark problem. Because I was very sexual in the very beginning of the relationship. But then as I got more comfortable with the person... As I got more comfortable with the person, I didn't feel like I needed to put on that mask. I guess we should explain that. Because we were talking about how I am asexual, and yet I view sex as an art form. We actually equated it to an Olympic sport, or at least porn, to an Olympic sport. At least on the male side. I can't vouch for the female side. But on the male side of the porn world, there's so much athleticism and endurance, and also artistic.
Frasexual.
Prey-sexual?
No, fray. F-R-A-Y.
Fray-sexual.
F-R-A-Y sexual.
Fray-sexual.
That's the opposite of demisexual, essentially, where the sexuality starts high and ramps down.
Okay. Doesn't sound as good as demisexual, though.
I know, demi is just so easy, it rolls off the tongue.
Phrase-sexual, nobody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, nobody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of akin to Olympic sport, much like gymnastics or figure skating. It was what Kai likes to watch the Olympics for. I like to watch the more team-based games, but there's so much athleticism, endurance, sometimes performance-enhancing drugs, a lot of times performance-enhancing drugs, a mix of it, and there's also a mixture of the acting performance in a porn scenario. That I appreciate porn a lot, and I appreciate I appreciate sex workers a lot. And in that way, I'm kind of fascinated by sex. But I am mostly asexual. Yeah. I guess I'm phrasexual. We were talking about it, and I've only had one night stand, which actually is surprising to me. but I didn't feel good about it. Not because it was a one-night stand, but because of the circumstances around it. And I won't tell you the circumstances around it because it's actually very embarrassing. I told Kai, but it's sad. How manly. I can tell him how manly it is that he played some games and gave up on studying for the exam. I'm just gonna say I know that feeling.
Bull! You say that, but you probably just spent the whole night studying.
Spent the whole night sleeping, dude.
Morning.
Yo, look who else is yawning.
Exams are almost over, so I thought I'd make one last effort across the finish line.
I'm gonna ace his exams.
Impressive, Lady On.
Oh my god, it's got
Quite
such a
different
boner for
from the
Lydion right
stupid
now.
monkey I know.
The stupid monkey I know.
Huh? Don't give me that crap. Your brain's tiny compared to mine.
He's got a point.
Size is meaningless if there's nothing inside, you know.
Okay.
What was that?
I love the eyes needing for that moment.
Will you please shut up? You're gonna make me forget everything I remember. Huh? Am I imagining things?
You need the bathroom? No, what's wrong? Did she find the person that's actually like stalking her?
What? You see a groper or something?
A groper.
No, that's not it. It's nothing.
It's not nothing. She keeps blowing it off, but she keeps. Here we go.
Oh my god, that guy got off. Isn't this bad? Hey, at least act like you care.
Fine. Come on.
What's going on? Oh, is it cutscene?
She's being like stalked, and we're about to catch him hopefully. Also, she has the 4chan poorly flipper on her hood,
Yeah, she does.
which I never noticed until now.
So, I had a thing happen to me in Discord just now.
One second, this is anime time. This is important.
Hey,
Okay, alright, let me know when I can speak.
Or are you just that self-conscious?
Not that!
Is there something you want?
That's my line! You are the one stalking me!
Stalking you? That's outrageous.
I know you've been following me, ever since the train!
That's because...
Yeah, I'm still playing Persona. No, I don't need coffee. I need beer.
My goodness. I had left the car, so this is where your passion led. All is well that ends well.
That's my next victim. I wonder how that's going to pan out.
I saw you from the car, and I couldn't help myself from chasing after you.
Oh yeah, that's something a non-stalker would say. Okay, what happened to you in Discord?
So I posted a GIF of my dick.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, when I do something like that, people are like, yeah, fuck yeah, trans dicks are valid, everything's awesome.
As they are.
As they are, because it's a body positive it's a body positive server.
Right.
So I posted a GIF of my dick. I got a ton of positive reactions from people like, damn, that's hot. Or, not my thing, but still cool, you know, at the very least. And then one guy goes, what the fuck is that?
I'm sorry.
And immediately, it hit me like a gut punch. I was like, oh.
You okay?
But immediately, the mods banned him.
Oh, awesome.
They just kicked him. They were just like, nope, fuck you. You're done. You can't do that. No.
Hell yeah.
No, fuck you. You can't do that. And I was like, thank you.
Thank you, Moz.
Thank you, mods, for being good people and, like, not allowing shitty opinions to just happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it is a body positive server, and, like, we've talked about this. Like, you know,
Definitely.
you don't shame anyone for having anything.
Yeah.
You know? You can post...
You're brave for putting it out there.
Exactly. Post a nude with a tiny dick and a gut, and you're gonna get nothing but positive reactions, and who cares? Like... And... people do that, and like you can always find something about that to say, like, man, I'm just proud of you for putting yourself out there, and like it's so good. And like I felt shitty posting it until I saw all those positive reactions, and then I saw that one negative reaction, and it just made
It's
me
always
feel...
the one negative one.
Yeah, it takes... What my stepmom always says is it takes 10 attaboys to get rid of a fuck you.
Oh, okay.
It takes 10 of those positive reactions to disaffirm the one fuck you.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's why I'm so afraid that I'm back on Twitter. Because I have views on things.
Because you have views on things, and you're not a normie.
I'm not a normie. I like to think of myself as accepting as possible and an ally.
Yeah, that's not normie.
Right, that's not normie. But I mean, I have certain views on, like, I don't want to see any dicks. You don't have to.
You don't have to see any dicks on this.
Yeah, no.
We're not showing you dicks here.
I'm not showing you dicks here.
We're just talking about dicks.
Yeah. Yeah, he just posted it on his Discord. Don't worry.
I mean, if anyone wants to see dicks,
You can
just
get on
let
the
me
Discord.
know. Yeah, get on the Discord and let me know.
But
I'll DM you.
I'll DM you.
I'm not just gonna post it in the public Discord.
I don't know. I have, like, I don't know. I feel like my economic views are more controversial than my social views. I think my social views line up with what, at least the internet that I survey, which is a very enclosed system. Love you too, Cole. I mean, at least the internet that I see is very affirmative in that, you know, you trying to be an ally to everyone and believe survivors, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm afraid. If ContraPoints can get canceled on Twitter for bringing in Buck Angel as a voiceover for a John Waters quote, if that can happen, if you can be disavowed by trans Twitter for bringing in Buck Angel, not that he's the most perfect guy in the world, but I don't know much about him, but like...
But he identifies as a transsexual, like, and that's the worst thing. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You know?
He's from a different generation.
Which a lot of older trans people identify as transsexual and not transgender, because transgender is kind of a young people's game.
Yeah.
And I understand completely where he's coming from on that.
Yeah.
As a transgender person, I understand where he's coming from on that.
Like, I can see how his generation would also have a problem with calling...
He doesn't have a problem with
No. I'm going to say something else.
Okay.
I can see how his generation would also have a problem identifying as queer. But I identify as queer. Because I just don't know my full sexuality. Bisexual pride, right?
Well, like, I have friends in Ireland, for example. I have several friends in Ireland. If you call them queer, they will punch you in the face.
Yeah.
You cannot call them queer, because that's been
You call them C-word, though, and I think that's...
You can call them a cunt? Is that what you're saying?
I hate that word so much.
Why do you hate that word?
I don't know. It's just so.
It like
It's a punch. It's like it's.
For me, it's just like another word. You know?
Yeah, it's different for everybody, but like, I don't know. I think it's the most disrespectful word.
Yeah, probably because you grew up respecting women.
Yeah,
That's not a bad thing. But no, like if you call them queer, they will punch you in the face because it's been shouted at them from cars.
mm-hmm.
You know, they've been beaten down while being called queer.
It's like if I try to tell them I identify as a fag.
Yeah, for a lot of people. Have you seen the Louis
Or even
CK?
like the
have
full
you- have you-
word with the hard T.
Have you seen the Louis CK bit on that?
How the word transformed.
No.
No, okay.
You probably haven't. Basically, he had this bit on his show
Mm-hmm.
where he was sitting around playing cards with his friends, and one of his friends is gay.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
You've seen that?
I don't remember it fully, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'll explain it. Basically, Louis goes, you know, here's your ace of spades, you fucking faggot. And his friend goes, ah ha ha, that's very funny. But
I'm not in Discord right now. I'm streaming right now, so I'm not like
yeah.
checking my phone.
He says, you know, before you say that word, I want you to know, like, you can say it, it's fine. I'm not gonna be offended. I'm not gonna shit on you for saying it. But when you say it, I want you to know that some of us have been shouted at, have been beaten down, have been hurt in very physical, very hurtful ways, you know, while having that word shouted at us. So it's a traumatic thing for a lot of people to hear the word faggot shouted at you, or even said to you, or even in casual passing. So, like,
Yeah, even if
you
you're
can
an
use
ally.
it. You can use it. Be an ally. You can use it. But understand where that comes from before you use it, and really decide if that's the word you want to use.
Yeah, and I think the reason the confusion I had with it, because I think he also mentions the origin of the word, where it was a bundle of wood used for burning people.
It was no.
Was it not a bundle of wood used for burning people?
No. So what the word faggot originally means is a bundle of sticks that you tie together and use for kindling.
Oh, okay.
And so when someone was referring to a gay person, they would say, yeah, throw them in there with the rest of the faggots.
Okay.
So it's you're close, but basically they would say to use human beings who identify as gay or
As
gay, use them as kindling, just like the rest of the faggots.
Okay.
And yeah, a lot of people have had that word thrown around at them.
Mm-hmm.
And it has that very, very deeply hurtful history to it. And so a lot of people, especially like trans and gay youth, have been kind of reclaiming that word, but it's a hard word to reclaim because of how much history. Like, queer, you know, has always meant weird, but it's never meant kill the gay people.
Yeah.
Faggot has meant that. So it's a little bit harder to reclaim.
I mean, how long did it take black people to take back the N-word?
They still haven't fully because you won't say it.
Because I'm not black.
Yeah, that's not the point. Like, it isn't a word that's so, like...
No, I have the view that they have taken it back. They have
fully taken it back.
That's
for
what I'm saying.
themselves.
Like, how long did it have to? How long did it take them?
Will you say the word queer?
Yeah.
Will you say the word faggot?
Depends on the situation.
I've heard you say it.
When?
So, like, I'm not gonna be like, you know,
Oh, when we're like, okay,
when
yeah,
we're
sometimes,
playing back and forth.
yeah,
we
when I'm
will
playing back and
play-
forth, because like sometimes you hold my hand, I was like, fag. Because
Yeah.
we're
Because
fags.
we're fags. Yeah. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, you're right. I have to use it flippantly.
You know, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And people, like, understand the meaning of it, and, like, it's not... It's like there's a certain amount of respect for the word
Mm-hmm.
that I think...
Yo, Koji!
Hey, Koji. I like seeing that he's here.
Yeah, Koji's great.
Koji is great. But, you know, it isn't... it's reclaimed for their community. It isn't like... And once again, I don't have a problem with it being something I can't say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's totally fair that I can't say the
Yeah,
N-word.
I'm totally fine with that. Unforeseen boy.
That is
Yeah.
not my problem.
I would call him Stalker Boy. Like, this game has him as Unforeseen Boy.
But like, if a straight person, a straight cis person called me a fag, it wouldn't bother me the way that if I called a black person the N-word would bother them.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know? So like the level, well, and I feel like part of it is the level of oppression is different, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, I've never been enslaved.
No.
My ancestors have never been enslaved.
Yeah, it's Apple. Well, you
It's
can compare
very
it.
different. It's very different.
I have trouble with the phrase apple and oranges, because you can totally compare apples and oranges.
Yeah, you can.
But
you can peel them both. It's fine.
you
You
can't
peel
peel
them,
them by hand.
peel them, slice them. It's fine.
No, you can compare, like, one has soft flesh, one has hard flesh, one has seeds that have cyanide, and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, but like, you know, they both have similarities. They both have differences. They're both fruit. You
Yeah.
can totally compare apples and oranges, but like, it's more like apples and fucking watermelons. Like,
Yeah, I guess
Very
I
different.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Sorry, we've been having a good conversation since we went out and got beer, and we're just continuing it on stream, which is why I haven't
we went from
gone very far.
sexuality, gender,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
race, ethnicity, to
Yeah, you'll watch on the VOD.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff.
Stuff I would like to talk about.
Yeah, stuff that would be that's nice to talk about, and I don't know. I enjoy talking about like the deeper shit. You know, I like getting into it. Unforeseen boy. Ooh, unforeseen boy. Yeah, I'm just now seeing that. I haven't been paying attention at all. I've just been chatting with Nathan.
Can you separate the art from the artist when it comes to Louis C.K.? You're very Death of the Author, I feel.
I'm very Death of the Author. That's different.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel well. Okay, let's.
I know how you feel. I know exactly how you
no.
feel. Because you're not very Death of the Author.
When it comes to Kanye West, which is primarily our
Fuck
example.
Kanye West. Fuck Kanye West. Fuck Kanye West.
There's and I will say,
Fuck Kanye West.
is it misogynist? It probably is. There's probably
What?
something I gotta.
I
think-
Just tell me. Just tell me and I'll tell you. Come on.
I think it's more unforgivable that Kanye said on camera that slavery was a choice than Louis C.K. sexually harassing young comedian women.
I agree with you.
You agree with me on that? Okay, I thought that was yes, fuck yay. Like I have an easier time.
No, wait. Hang on. I don't agree with you, actually.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
I don't
I think
agree-
that's very.
I had to think about it for a second. I don't agree with you. You know why? Because real harm was done to those women.
That's true.
Real, like, trauma was done to individuals.
That's a good point.
Whereas everyone could be like, well, fuck you, Kanye.
Everybody with a history book could be like,
Everybody
no.
could just be like, you're wrong.
With
so
a
fuck
non-Southern history book
you.
could be like, no.
I'm just a little drunk, so it took me a second.
No, I understand. No, I think that's why it's kind of misogynist of me to.
No, that is misogynist of you, honestly.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think it's misogynist or maybe a little racist too. Like, I don't know.
I don't think it's. I don't know. I feel more comfortable. This is just how I am. Wow, I'm gonna say some stuff that's.
It's your white guilt.
There's a lot of white guilt.
It's a white guilt thing.
There's a lot of white guilt. I feel.
Say some stuff.
Man.
Drink a little more. Drink a little
no,
more.
I'm gonna no. I had a sentence in my head about who I have an easier time identifying with and being an ally for.
Ooh, that's not good.
Exactly.
That's not good.
That's
good.
bad thinking.
That is bad thinking.
that is wrong thinking.
No, for sure. Like.
Koji says Kanye did real mental damage to black people.
For sure. Absolutely.
But.
Absolutely he did.
And
he
this brings up.
He hurt people in a very real way.
Yeah.
I am not going to dismiss that.
No.
However, I will say, and this might be a U.S.-based thing, actually, because in the United States, we tend to value the individual more than
the collective.
Mm-hmm. And so when we see someone was, like, hurt individually, like, this might be error. This might be an error in my thinking.
You know, it's the idea of the news talking about one white little girl who's gone missing, rather than the hundreds of black
thousands.
The hundreds of black girls that have gone missing.
Yeah.
Because it identifies with our audience better.
Yeah.
And they want ratings. We feel.
That's legit.
That's a thing we need to reckon with as a country.
We so do. And I actually, what I find interesting, I'm super into.
No, Mike. No audio at work. That's probably a good thing. Twitch hates me when I don't use Wi-Fi. But I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I'm very interested in true crime. And because of that, I have gotten to see a lot of cases of young black girls especially. Like, that's the highest demographic I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, under the age of 13, black girls go missing constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times the news doesn't report that, or what little the news reports is just like a little blip. Whereas, like, Casey Anthony will have this huge campaign, or Kaylee Anthony, what was her name?
Casey Anthony is the one that killed her children.
Killed her child.
Was it one?
Just one child, Kaylee.
I thought it was two.
Kaylee. Kaylee Anthony went missing, and there was this huge outpouring of support and search and rescue teams and all that shit. And then finally they found out where she was, and she was a block away from where her mom murdered her. But we don't have to get all into that. But, like, there was huge...
Was she drowned in a pond or something?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of a totally different crime.
No, you're thinking of the same crime, but from what... It's complicated. We don't have to get into it. But
it is easier for you, in particular, to think of the individual and care for the individual, I would say.
Yes.
Than it is for you to care for the collective, for a group of individuals.
Well, because as an American born and raised, that's what I was taught to do. And
Individualism.
I'm sure, yeah, individualism is very important, and that's actually something that was in our textbooks.
Individual freedom.
Individualism.
Oh, really?
Just the word individualism was in our textbooks in high school.
Mm.
And
I don't
we
remember a
had
course
to,
on that.
we had to. No, it was actually a really cool course. When we were taking world history, we had to understand the difference between individualism and collectivism, which I thought was actually a really cool thing just to get that perspective. When there was something where, and this is going to sound like the dumbest example ever, but
I'm thinking Mother Russia. Where are you going?
nowhere near where you're going.
Okay, sorry. Never mind. I was thinking I was going a different route.
Anyway, for example, they sat Americans and Japanese people down.
Oh, Japanese people are a great example. Yeah, of collectivism.
Great example of collectivism.
Yeah.
They sat them down and had them stare at a fish tank. I swear to God, this is what they did. It's an experiment they actually did. They sat them down and had them stare at a fish tank and asked them what they saw. And Americans wrote down, I see this fish, this fish, this fish, this fish, this fish. And Japanese people said, I see seaweed, I see rocks, I see the water, I see bubbles, I see
a school of fish.
They saw the environment of the fish tank. The Americans saw the individual fish.
Okay.
Like,
that's interesting.
Very interesting, because all of that has to do with culture, and all of that has to do with how they were raised. And,
I mean, this makes me such a fucking weeb.
You are a weeb. You are a weeb, but what?
But I just think Japanese culture in itself is just so fascinating because it's so different than being raised in the South of America.
Well, America as a whole.
You have a Washington.
I have a very weird background, but yeah.
But growing up in the South, where the next town over, their football team were called the Rebels.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because coming from Washington, we were a lot more collective than they are down here. Still very individualistic because it's the United States.
Yeah.
But a lot more collective focused, a lot more social programs.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more, let's put funding into our schools, our hospitals, things that help the greater good as opposed to just the individual.
Yeah, I see Arkansas, my upbringing, as a collection of pseudo-libertarians who only care about government control
I gotta pee.
when it clashes with Christianity.
I'll be back.
Okay. Which I think is very interesting. Koji, you probably have a very similar kind of collectivism idea growing up in the Northwest. Let's see what this unforeseen boy has to say.
I didn't even notice the calls from Sensei, but thank goodness I caught up to you.
What?
Okay.
What? You're the woman I've been searching for all this time. Please.
No. Is he about to propose?
Wait a minute,
Be the model for my next art piece.
Okay, that got me. Yeah, I say so. That's interesting to me. But yeah, Arkansans are very, like I said, very libertarian. They care about their property. They care about what happens to them individually. they don't care about minorities. I'm talking about white Arkansas, which is what I know best, because the river valley of Arkansas, as opposed to the east of Arkansas near the Mississippi River, the river valley of northwest Arkansas is very white. So I see in Arkansas that people care about their property, people care about what happens to them individually. They do not give a rat's ass about what happens to minorities or people they don't directly identify with.
I was talking to my my coworker, Miss Gina.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I know you're a conservative, and I'm a liberal, and as a conservative, and I don't mean this in any negative way, but you care about yourself and what's going on with you, and as a liberal, I tend to care more about my neighbor. And I asked her how she feels about that, and she said, well, my neighbors are a bunch of crackheads and idiots.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay.
That says something, that they don't value the human life that's there.
Yeah.
And
I was
or
like,
she individually. I'm not gonna say
yeah,
they.
no,
I'm not gonna say all conservatives.
No, but she clearly doesn't see that her crackhead neighbor needs help.
Yeah.
And that's what I see. I see your crackhead neighbor fucking just needs, like, rehabilitation and help and probably some medication.
What a lot of Arkansans, white Arkansans, see in their neighbors are, especially if they're meth heads. Meth is
huge here.
Meth is huge in Arkansas, if you didn't know.
Do you need any more beer?
No, that was pretty cool. 1 second, he's going to get beer. But I would say the average white Arkansan thinks that their crackhead neighbor is worthy not of help, but of scorn and derision and exorcism from the collective.
Yes. Like excommunication.
Excommunication,
Yeah.
yes.
You don't deserve to be here.
Or even on the even worse case, punishment.
Sometimes punishment and excommunication are the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't deserve to be
PBR, yeah. Thank you so much for tipping $10. But the way that Twitch is, I can't cash in like subs and tips and anything until it gets to, I think, $100, and then they pay me out. So if you want to tip $100,
he doesn't get to get the good stuff yet.
I don't get to get the good stuff yet.
Don't be a dick and be like, yeah, tip me $100.
No, I'm not gonna say that. Don't tip me. Do not. I would feel so bad if you tipped me. I feel kind of bad about you tipping me $10. Like, that's a lot. In this economy?
In these trying times?
But yeah, that's
play your damn game.
That's sure. But I think I want to talk more about how you feel about, because I think
what how I feel about what
valuing the individual rather than the collective.
So, I definitely value the collective more than your average American.
Of course.
But
I can see
am
that.
still an American, and I feel like I have a lot to gain in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a happy middle ground, right?
You'll catch out. I will eventually.
I feel like there's a happy middle ground Whereas, like, you could value the collective so much that you forget your individuality and the importance of your own needs.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you value only your own needs and forget the value of the collective, you know, you're a selfish bastard. So there's got to be a middle ground somewhere in there. And I'm always looking for that middle ground. Like, I'm never going to get there.
You know what this actually calls back to?
What?
Our discussion about sex.
What about our... Oh. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think... I mean, I'm not tested on this. I've never had a gun to my head and had to choose between my nephew or 100 people I didn't know. You know, that kind of philosophy thought experiment.
Yeah.
You know, the train car experiment, I think that's what it is.
The trolley.
The trolley car experiment. I've never been tested on that, but I believe that I value the collective more than I value the individual. I see myself as part of a whole, and that's why I don't feel particularly proud of living where I live, because I see myself as part of these people, these people.
These people.
But this actually calls back to our discussion about sex, where I am so preoccupied with the other person's pleasure, and each time that I have a sexual encounter with the same person, that adds on a stack to the memory notebook. That adds a few more dots to the memory notebook of all the things that they have responded positively to. And I tried to perform all of them as much as possible. And I don't take my pleasure into account at all.
There's got to be a middle ground.
There's got to be a middle ground. That's the more healthy way to view it. But I think this actually calls back to our view on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even talking about my really controversial statement of thinking Kanye is worse than Louis C.K.
But
because it's the collective versus the individual, right?
But no, because it isn't. It's a certain kind of trauma that's like. It's like I don't even know how to explain this without sounding like an asshole.
I'm not somebody who's assigned female at birth, so I can't understand that trauma.
Like, very personal, very immediate trauma towards you as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Versus trauma that kind of reflects on your ancestry.
That disrespects your
identity as a black person versus it isn't just collective versus individual, because the individual feels that trauma. You know, the individual black person will look at Kanye's statements and be like, that's traumatic. You know?
Like, fuck you for giving that idea to white people.
Yeah, like, it invalidates their experience
and their struggle, and
as an individual, dude, that does do something to them.
If he said that in 2020...
Whereas seeing and experiencing something versus hearing a tweet...
No, he didn't tweet it. He was
or hearing...
He was filmed...
It was an interview, I know.
On
Whereas,
TMZ.
hearing an interview or whatever, I don't know, there's an ounce of separation there.
Yeah.
That makes me feel like
I totally get where you're coming from. I think I totally...
but you don't agree. And that's
I don't know. I don't know if I don't agree. Like I said, I think this is misogynist of me to have that gut reaction, to invalidate those women's experiences and trauma, by saying this one idiot who said something disrespectful to his ancestors is somehow worse than being used as a sexual object by someone with power over you. That's definitely misogynistic thinking of me. That's something I need to correct. But okay, so this kind of originally came from, can you separate the art from the artist? And I don't think you ever answered, can you separate the art from the artist when it comes to Louis C.K.?
No.
Really?
And I'll tell you why. So
Okay, can I say about Bound?
this motherfucker what?
This motherfucker loves
Orson Scott Card.
No, not
What?
Orson
What?
Scott
Who?
Card is also problematic.
Yeah, what?
The song Bound 2.
Oh yeah, I love it. I fucking love that song. Why do I love that song? Because it's horrible.
I don't know if that's true.
No,
I think that's what you tell yourself.
No, it's 100% true. I love
You
that song.
vibe to it.
I so vibe. It's so good in all the wrong ways. Like, it's the worst song in the world. That's why I love it. You have no idea. Like, I fucking hate Kanye West. That song slaps in the worst way. Like, it is so
Bound.
bad. I want to fuck you hard in the sink. After that, get you something to drink. Step back, take a spunk on the mink. I mean, damn, what would your rum think? Like, I fucking, it's
He's
such a...
made me listen to this song.
It's such a bad song. I love it so much. Unironically, it's my favorite thing. Like, I love it so much. And I can't even explain why. Like, I hate it so much.
You
and
know
I love
you're
it at the
giving
same time.
him money each time you play it on my phone.
I don't give a shit. It's so bad. I love it.
Even if it's like a nickel, you're still giving him money. Like, that's what I can watch. I don't know.
No, you can't. Because
I'm trying to think of a way
to not give someone money by watching their shit.
Yeah, if it's only like a pirated version, obviously. I'll be right back. I have to pee again. I drowned.
You drowned yourself.
I drowned at Smirnoff Ice.
Oh yeah.
Drained it.
Why'd you run on all these Jamaicans? This that prom shit. This that what we do, don't tell your mom shit. This that red cup all on the lawn shit. Got a fresh cut straight at the salon, bitch.
When a reel holds you down, you supposed to drown. Bound.
Real. I can't say it on stream.
You shouldn't say it at all. Ever.
I can say it in private. Who gives a shit? Who's gonna hear it?
I do.
So?
I don't know. I think it's a bad habit.
I don't feel like it's a habit. Like, it's not like a thing I'm just gonna say out there in the world.
If you're singing along, if you're like karaoke.
I'm not gonna karaoke that song.
I don't know. I one time I karaoke 99 Problems. Oh, no, this is so bad. I was at TGI Fridays. Or Ruby Tuesdays, whichever one's worse. It was a TGI Fridays. It had to be a TGI Fridays because they had liquor. Well, Ruby Tuesdays is too. But I picked 99 Problems by Jay-Z because I knew it by heart. And just as it became my turn to sing, the black DJ's son, who was like 8, came into the room and sat down and waited for his dad to get off work. And I just felt like such a piece of shit. Like, this is not my song to sing. Oh well. Be the model for my next art piece. Okay?
Model?
I really want one of these Japanese motherfuckers just to be like, okay? I feel embarrassed. Because I told the woman who was selling tamales and burritos Buenas noches when I should have said Buenas tardes.
Oh, how dare you?
How dare I? Well, it's 6 p.m. It's right on the edge.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
Buenas noches is more like have a good night. You know.
You know what you should have said?
Lo
I'm
siento.
white and I'm trying to relate to you.
I should have said lo dinero no tengo dinero, but I don't know the actual word for cash.
You know what you really should have said? I'm white. Have a good night. Because that's what Buenos noches meant to her. Like, it didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, you're white and you're trying to relate to me. Okay, cool.
White guilt
Yep.
is a powerful thing.
It is a powerful thing.
White guilt is a
Very
powerful thing.
Very powerful. By the way,
All that
you
I've
know you
drawn
can
till
use this
now has
mic,
been
right?
lacking, but I feel passion
it's-
from you unlike anyone else.
All my USB ports are used up on my computer. Am I actually speaking Spanish right now? Yeah. I know. Mi español es muy mal.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? My name is T-Bone. I can't remember the rest of it. Mike, are you Hispanic or Latino?
Miguel.
You know what's weird? I had to explain to my Mexican aunt the difference between Hispanic and Latino.
And she doesn't know how?
I don't, because she
Is she
grew up in
just old?
such a white household. Because her family was like, we are going to assimilate. And they did. But yeah, I think she's third generation. Maybe second. No, I think third generation. All that I've drawn to now has been lacking, but I feel passion from you unlike anyone else. Yeah, I took a few courses of Spanish in high school, and I've tried learning on my own kind of ever since. Like, just like little things just to kind of be respectful of the culture. And just show that I'm trying, at least, as a white person. And to assuage my white guilt. I love that word, by the way.
White guilt.
No, assuage.
Assuage.
Assuage. Oh, that's like a $20 word right there.
Tell that to your subscribers.
You must pay. Oh, okay. This is. Should I put that tweet on blast? That tweet that I saw. Should I put that tweet on blast on stream? I'm not gonna show who tweeted it. I'm not gonna show their name. I took a picture of it, and I will read it to you. You may have seen it on Twitter if you follow streamers. But I thought this was so disrespectful. Such a big fuck you to subscribers. Gallery. Birthday celebration subathon. I think it meant subathon. Later today. They're doing Bean Boozled, Toxic Waste Sour Candies, Death Nuts, and Steam Key giveaways. Okay, this is where it gets fucking buck wild.
Bonkers.
It gets fucking bonkers. The fucking gall on this tweet. 5 minutes per tier 1 sub. 10 minutes per tier 2 sub. 25 minutes per tier 3 sub. And 1 second per bit cheer. 24-hour cap. Pie and face if cap. This is going to be bonkers. I want you guys to hold me to this. Don't ever let me devalue a subscription to the point where I can put I can equate it to 5 minutes of entertainment. Don't ever let me get to that point. I don't care how big I get. A sub is a sub is a sub.
I'm a sub.
You're a
Were
sub.
you calling me? Were you calling me?
I'm talking about a Twitch sub.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. Just like, oh, that made me so angry. That just, oh, okay.
This man's highly suspicious.
This is highly suspicious.
Ain't this a recruit for some shady business?
Yeah, like a modeling agency or something.
Will you cooperate with me? What do you say?
Hold your horses. Who are you anyways?
Oh, where are my manners? I'm a second year at Kosei High's Fine Arts Division. My name is Yusuke Kitagawa.
Yusuke Kitagawa. Man, that's gonna be a hard name for me. Yusuke is
I'm
fine.
Madarame Sensei's pupil, and I am being allowed residence at his place.
I'm his pool boy.
I'm striving to become an artist.
Huh? Do you mean that, Madarame? The one who was on Good Morning Japan the other day?
Bitch! Okay. We went into the fucking Underverse, the Mementos place, and some asshole said that the stalker asshole, the very first guy that we changed his heart, said that he was being thrown aside by Madarame, and you were like, Madarame who? And now you're like, do you mean that Madarame? Bitch! I had so much respect for you. God damn it. Okay, sure. Yeah, that Madarame, the one who was on Good Morning Japan the other day. Now you know who you're talking about.
The very same.
You know who that is?
He was introduced as a super famous Japanese-style artist who's been recognized all over the world.
Hey, I recognize him. That phrase, been recognized all over the world, seems so silly to me. Because it kind of makes you think that, like, you know, like this Japanese guy goes to Germany and is like, hey, Madarame. Is that Madarame over there? Can I get a selfie with Madarame? Not happening. Even if I saw Nobuo Uematsu on the street, I would not believe that that was Nobuo Uematsu. You okay?
I'm just a little bit crying.
Yeah?
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Okay, so no, let's go back. So you can't watch any more Louis C.K. content?
No, I can't do it.
Really? Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because comedy is so much more personal than a lot of other media.
Okay.
Like, you see their face and their expressions and their whole character put out there, and it might be a fake character, it might be fake expressions, it might
Like
be
Larry the
fake...
Cable Guy,
Yeah, absolutely.
who's from Denver, Colorado. Did you know that?
I knew that,
Yeah. Or it could be like all of their past trauma, or you know, all their past insecurities
Yeah, but
thrown
like,
out there.
it feels so much more genuine than like a book where they sat and they decided to...
An
put it
editor
down.
came in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the comedy series, or the comedy that you're seeing is like honed after like dozens and dozens of shows of playing like small clubs and stuff. So that's kind of like an editor. You know, you figure out what works, what doesn't. Did you talk to that person and told them about Frey's sexuality?
Yeah, a little bit. And,
There's gotta be a better word for that.
I know, right?
It's bad.
And I talked to her,
Okay.
and she was basically like, I don't know how to describe it,
Mhm.
except that it's how I feel, and this is the closest thing I've figured out to how I feel. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've had like a decade to really ruminate on it.
And what I told her was like, well, for now, while you're figuring it out, just identify as yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I identify as Kai because I haven't figured out a gender that perfectly describes everything that I feel. So you can identify as yourself because that's the only thing that perfectly describes how you feel. And that's fair. That's fine. The hard part is accepting that that's your label and that you don't have a more appropriate label. You know? That's the hard part.
Yeah,
But once
because
you
I
get over
was
that-
in the camp of I'm on the ace spectrum, somewhat demisexual. You know, because I didn't quite identify with ace, I didn't quite identify with demisexual. I was on the ace spectrum, demisexual was close. So yeah, it's been an hour of streaming and I've gone 5 minutes of actual gameplay.
But we heard that name the other day in Mementos.
Yes! Yes, you did, Nan! Thank you! Thank you. Oh, you saved yourself. Thank you. Yes, you did hear that name the other day in Mementos.
Yusuke!
I'm sorry, Sensei. I'll be right there.
That old guy's Madarame?
Madarame Sensei's exhibition will begin at the department store near the station tomorrow.
The department store. Alright, I gotta fill up my vape. I'll be right back. I feel like I'm a good discussion. Just, if it were me, I would have put plastic wrap over it and put it in the fridge. How? Okay, whoever's watching, how important are bean sprouts to your pad thai experience? To me, they're very important. Yeah. So I got some bean sprouts just for me, and Kai hates them. Okay, let's get back to the actual game at hand. Madarame says the exhibition will begin at the department store near the station tomorrow.
I'll be there to help out on opening day. Please come by. It'd be great if you could give me your answer in regard to being a model then. I bet you have no interest in the fine arts, but I'll give you tickets too.
Oh, the look down the nose. The absolute disdain.
Well then, I hope to see you there tomorrow.
What's with the dramatic eye look? Is that necessary for this scene?
That guy's as easy to read as a book.
Really? Okay.
You're not planning on going, are ya?
I think I will.
Oh! An's interested. Oh, An, please don't have... Oh. She's one of those pretty girls. I'm not, I can't, like, fit a character into, like, a label, but you know those kind of pretty girls that, value themselves based on other people's perception of them? I feel like An is kind of fitting into that.
Crap, look at the time. I'll see you
Alright,
later.
Kai, what'd you say?
No, I said An is fitting into that.
Oh, okay. I heard Kai. I thought I heard Kai.
So this guy
I
asked...
have to pee. I have to
Okay.
pee. You pee.
How dare he go after Lady An? I've memorized that face of yours, Yusuke.
Morgana's gonna kick your ass. Wait. Am I gonna make a confidant out of Yusuke?
You became acquainted with Madarame's pupil by chance? That's a little too convenient. It makes me wonder if you're even telling the truth. So be it. What I want to know most is your method.
Remember at the beginning of the game when the police chief said, "Hey, Onion, how's it going?" When the police chief said that they only had, "Yo, Père Baguette, watch it from the shadows." Remember when the police chief said that she only had a minuscule amount of time to interview Joker? And she's been in here listening to, like, his daily activities for the last month.
It's true that Madarame was an unforgivable criminal worthy of the scorn thrown at him.
I'm hearing that for the first
He
time.
was an adult who cultivated his own fame and fortune by sacrificing the livelihood of children.
Oh, shit.
But he'd been covering his tracks for years. How did you uncover the truth in such a short span of time?
Bonjour, Père Baguette. Bonne journée. Bonne nuit? No? Well, no. I don't know. I don't know what good night is. Are you already sick of Morgana telling you to go to bed? Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Good evening. Yeah. Shit. What's thank you and fuck you French. Fuck. I can't think of thank you in French. I've gone from Spanish to French to Japanese in the last like hour. The weekend, yay! Waifu went on a girls' night. Kids are either watching YouTube or playing Minecraft. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Pembergat, is it opinion on P5 so far? I think it's absolutely great. I'm just now starting to get into the second palace. So I haven't hit that rocky point that you said that some people don't like. But it's been a fucking thrill ride so far. I've been having a grand old time. On the characters especially, I wish they gave the player character Joker more to say. He's such a silent protagonist that's hard to identify with him. He's kind of like in the middle. He's not entirely a silent protagonist where you can insert yourself into him, but he's also not a character himself. It's kind of odd. He's kind of occupies this middle ground where he makes decisions on his own, independent of what the player thinks. Like earlier when he was given the choice, Maduki, no, not Maduki, it's not Maduki, the counselor. I totally agree. It's kind of figment of personality. Yeah, it's just like a little bit of personality. So it's just like weird that anybody's friends with him. Like earlier when he met the counselor, the doctor who they have therapy with, you know, I was all for therapy. And I was like ready to be signed on. But when it actually got down to brass tacks, both answers were yes, I agree to therapy. And it was just kind of odd to me. Later I could have said I want to skip it, but it feels like he makes decisions independent of the player, but he's not well rounded enough to be his own character. He occupies a very strange place. Everybody else is fucking great. I love Lady Ann. Morgana, I'm not tired of. I love him. But he's a little bossy. Five is kind of mocked on this because of fake choices. Yeah, it is fake choices. In the metaverse.
This metaverse business again? Fine. Let's suppose that people's hearts can be changed by stealing their treasure, like you've said. If so, a different suspicion arises.
That's mine. That's also mine.
I know, I was checking to see how far along you were.
Go get your own.
Are the different other Persona games more player driven?
People have gone mad or lost consciousness, never to recover, like the subway accident in April. Depending on how you look at it, that could be taken as a phenomenon for a sudden change of heart, too.
P3 and 4 are very like 5. Okay. See, I'm down for an RPG, very old style Shin Megami Tensei. Okay. I've never played a Mega 10 game.
Oh my god.
That's beautiful.
Is that not the best?
And this dog is about to smell his dick.
Dog.
It's so different, but the same series. Yeah, that's what I get, because I have a friend named Dre who is an absolutely huge Mega 10 fan, Shin Megami Tensei fan, and he actually does not like the Persona series very much.
Were you related to those as well?
I don't want to say.
I see.
See, there was no answer there to be like, absolutely not, because I wasn't related to those.
Fine. Let's get back to Madarame's case. Keep it concise and stick to the facts.
Well, that was the last day of the exams, and I fucking aced them like a boss! We're gonna see. Today's last day of the exams, huh? Seemed like some of those were kind of tough.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't too bad. You should have gotten a decent score, right? Wait, is it over? I didn't have to do anything? Okay. Hey, you can go in for counseling? I saw the volleyball guys getting called in. Oh shit, I got that question wrong. I know, right? I feel like I have to protect the teacher.
It's over.
It's over.
And P3 hero, heroine, and P4 hero are in the same pseudo personality thingy. Yeah, I'm down for a RPG where it like kind of shuttles me into a character. Like Bravely Default 2. Oh, there's Madarame right there. Like Bravely Default 2 is has a definite character for the main character who's also the player insert. And I'm totally down for that. This kind of in between where he's silent, but then like sometimes he says stuff, sometimes he doesn't. It's weird to me.
How about you?
It's over.
Come on, you two need to get your act together.
Anyways, can we stop talking about the exams? Like it or not, they're gonna come back graded next week.
Oh, next
Rather than
week.
focus on stuff that's over with.
What are you looking at?
The usual site.
The fan site. Alright, I'm gonna give myself some more beer. P3 hero is more depressed, negative, apathetic. P3 heroine is more upbeat but can be manipulative. And P4 is kinda optimistic. Yeah, I can't really nail a personality trait onto Joker. So we got this hummus.
Everything hummus.
Everything hummus. Everything that goes on everything bagel is on this hummus. Can you open this up?
I love when you ask me to open things because it makes me feel so manly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad.
Can you open this? I'm a real man now.
You are. Always been. Here's the everything hummus. Yeah, get in there. Get in the poppy seeds and shit. Oh, that's odd.
I love it.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Did I move? Last year you seemed in a different location. I did. Oh fuck. Oh.
I got this.
Right now I'm living with my companion Kai in his 1-bedroom apartment. And we're making it work. At the end of the month we're moving to a 2-bedroom apartment in the same kind of complex.
It's no use. There ain't any useful info. Number of posts are getting less and less too.
I am not letting this end as a one-hit wonder, okay?
There's no point in getting antsy, though. I know. Why don't we go eat lunch somewhere? We still have some money left over from the other day.
Hey, Onion.
I want sushi then, or domestic.
Did Onion turn off my... Onion turned off my webcam. No, okay, it's back on. Alright, my webcam's back on. Onion turned it off for a second. Or domestic raised eel. Not that foreign eel. I want that domestic raised eel.
Don't have that much left. Oh, right! There are those tickets to Madarame's exhibit. Wait, that's tomorrow.
Don't tell me. Was it love at first sight with that Yusuke guy?
Oh, Morgana.
It's not like that.
Of course not.
When I was watching that special on TV, his artwork was pretty nice. Plus, we've got free tickets. Besides, this could also be related to what we heard in Mementos.
Madarame, was it?
I'm curious too.
That aside, what should I do about the other 2 tickets? Want to go appreciate some fine arts for once?
Fine arts.
Baby carrots are so good.
So good. So sweet and perfect.
You don't have to peel them. Deal with all that shit. Should I check this one?
Yes.
I'm taking a picture of your carrot.
I sure am.
Okay. As Morgana would say, good chugging. Whoo! Oh. I haven't done that in a while.
I suggest we should all go together.
So you make sure Yusuke doesn't try anything funny with Lady Ann.
Appreciating the fine arts builds character. A phantom thief who can't identify an original is lame.
Is lame.
Well, if everyone's going...
It's settled then.
Should be fun.
Just the phrase going to an art exhibit sounds kind of mature. Let's meet at the exhibit entrance tomorrow.
I have more viewers now than I did when we were talking about our sexuality.
Never mind. Fuck this.
Yeah, me just munching on carrots and hummus. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming by. I'm curious to know if this Madarame has anything to do with the name we heard in Mementos. We can't afford to be late tomorrow. We better not go out right now. So I keep thinking about what Nakanohara said. Could he have been talking about the famous artist Madarame? Nice catch. Well, it is a pretty rare last name. Yeah, I mean, you guys ever heard of someone else called Madarame? It's really not common at all. If what we heard is true, Kitagawa-kun is studying under a corrupt teacher. You mean a teacher who treats people like tools? Kitagawa-kun's life is probably pretty terrible. Finally, beer o'clock for you! Cheers! Let me chug another one for a minute, Koji.
Hey, go to the bathroom and vomit there.
I didn't vomit, that was just...
That was a spit up.
It was a spit up. Damn. Fuck me. It was a cough that had beer behind it. Should not have took that last one.
I can't tell you how to see me. Just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will it always be burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter at Post Masquerade. I'm in both face and mind. I'm free for you to throw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask. Night is high.
It was hard to see. It was hard to do. It feels so bad. Almost got it. I appreciate your effort and thanks for your cheers. Thanks, Yoshi. I knew you would understand the effort. I already chugged one right before you came back on. So yeah. I was almost there. So close. Yet so far. Kiragawa-kun's life is probably pretty terrible. How's that for my, like, casual feminine voice?
Not very feminine.
Not? Is it the resonance?
Yes.
How do I,
I don't know.
yeah, because you've been working on masculinizing your voice. But at least it's different than my, like, regular speaking voice, you know? At least you can tell it's trying to be feminine. Right? Stop looking at nudes. Or making nudes. Kiragawa-kun's life is probably pretty terrible. We gotta look into this.
Well then.
I'll be sure to escort Lady On tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Escort Lady On.
Everyone's being real fucking nice to me on Discord because that one guy was super awful to me.
Aw, that's good. What DVD do I have?
Oh.
You're in something, right? Guy McVer. I'm gonna bring up my proficiency. I kind of want to bring up my kindness and my bond with Sojiro by cleaning.
Hey.
Time to clean up.
Well then.
Oh.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. Going home now. Don't break anything in the store. Got it?
Nice.
Looks pretty good. Hey, this looks pretty nice. Being in a clean environment always makes you feel good. Bustin' makes me feel good.
That should do it for now.
You ever just jam out to the Ghostbusters theme? Bustin' makes me feel good. And I mean, it kind of slaps a little
No.
bit.
No, it doesn't.
Alright, I'll clean. I bet the chief is going to be happy with this. Thinking about the customers, the cleaning store probably helped you increase your kindness now. Love you. Point up! I am still considerate.
Hey.
It took longer than I expected. We should get to bed once we clean up the rest. Oh shit, it was Saturday. Oh, Sunday, do I have viral marketing? Who made the site? Ridic. Thief should be arrested. Never even heard of him. What is this line for? Isn't it just a prank? Get the fuck out with that shit, lol. Even kids aren't that dumb. Dude, okay, if you're in my Discord, you should have seen a meme that I put out that was like, is Persona a game for kids? And Bill Nye with like a flaming globe next to him go, no, the fuck not, it isn't. Well, the exposition must be opening today. It's really packed. When I come back another time? I want to, but it's so pricey. I should take out a loan. I want to see that. Let's go together sometime. 26 hours, huh? It's new, I think. What's new?
So
Sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. So crowded. Oh, the scrawl in the get the fuck out with that shit, lol. Clean the floor in the cafe to raise kindness. Oh, okay. Yeah, it raises kindness and also boosts your relationship with Sojiro. So I think it's like kind of the best thing to do if it's not rainy. Because if it's rainy, then you want to study. But, you know, if not, then raising a little bit of kindness and a little bit of Sojiro, I think you're going to be having a good time. So crowded.
It'll be a pain in the ass if someone sees you, so don't stick your head out too much, all right?
You came.
You came! That's what he says after sex. You came! Oh,
Yeah.
You really came.
you really came. The fucking disdain. Looking down upon him. I feel it. Alright, let me get some review. Ray of the love and happiness, feeling a nightly on. That's exactly where you like it. Ray of the love and happiness, feeling a nightly I'm afraid that I couldn't take it, and I couldn't be caught dead in this place. I'm afraid that I couldn't make it. That's not the actual lyrics. I fucked up. You're a big fan of Yusuke, Koji? Is your favorite character Purbaget?
What'd you expect when you left us those tickets?
I like how much he looks down on Ryuji. Because, like, Ryuji deserves to be looked down upon a little bit.
Make sure that you don't get in the way of the other visitors. Come now. I'll show you around. I'd like to speak more about the picture I'd like to draw, too.
Well, see you guys later.
Oan does not look good about this.
Will Lady An be alright? What if he drags her behind some
Morgana's
painting and does
face.
something funny?
Oh, Pear Baguette. I also have an emoji of Morgana giving the side eye. Let me do it real quick. I don't know if you can actually make... I think this is actually from a thing. Like from somebody. Yeah, Koji. Thanks. I think that's actually from fan art. So I don't know if you'd be able to make that into a sticker and not be copyrighted. I found it on Pinterest, to be real honest with you. I kind of stole it. But like, I've stolen all my emotes so far. I'm working with Pear Baguette to make all my emotes original. So they can be sold as stickers and t-shirts and hoodies. But yeah, that was fan art I found. I like this one though. I don't know how you, if you can like recreate this face, but in your own style. I don't even know how it would work without just tracing over whatever, pretty much just what would look like tracing over the original. They had a lot of new portraits. I don't remember On being so down during that period of the game. Thank you, Pear, for the OG. Yeah, Pear. Thank you so much for the OG emotes. They have served me very well. But yeah, Koji, I'm working with him to remake the Chad in a size that will be available for a shirt. I want like Chad right here with whatever just across the shirt. And I also want the yellow chocobo and with Nani across the shirt. So we're working with him to make Chad and the yellow chocobo a reality. We already made the Moogle, which is already his original creation. We made a collab with that. I wasn't able to actually see what you wrote, Pear Baguette. What did you write for the actual like collab signature?
I told you not to come out.
Nani? I have the Japanese hiragana keyboard on my phone that I accidentally switch to every now and then.
Are we really gonna appreciate the fine arts? Can't we just go home?
Can't appreciate the fine arts at home. Let's learn about Madarame.
I guess we should do a quick pass through it once.
Nani? What I asked for specifically, I don't know. Final Phantasm X Pear Baguette? Yes! No, I think that's absolutely perfect. Because I want you... Are people going to be able to find your... I mean, you don't do freelance work usually. But are people going to find you under Pear Baguette? I want people to be able to find you and use you for art and stuff. Commission stuff for you. Unless you don't want commissions. How many jobs am I gonna have? Sorry, I don't want to inundate you. I don't know. I am very appreciative that you're even taking the time to care about my stupid emotes so I can make shirts and hoodies. I'll send you a shirt if you send me like whichever's your favorite and tell me a shirt size. I'll send it to you. If you want to DM me like your address and stuff, I'll send one your way, Pear Baguette.
Which way are we supposed to start?
That's what I hate about some like art museums and stuff, is that you don't know like the flow of the crowd because some people are so slow. I like that better than a payment? Really? Okay. I mean, if you're okay with that. That's a lot cheaper than a payment at your rate. Your rate's $35 an hour, right? Because our day trading stock market, yeah. So money isn't much of an issue. Nice. Did you get on the GME and AMC?
It's that old man from the other day.
Got like 30K out of GME. Hell yeah! Pear Baguette, getting in on it. I got in late to AMC and I actually bought it before the dip. And I'm out $50. Now Wall Street Bets is like all over Reddit. Like if you go into the popular tab, it like the top posts hit every single, like you can't not see Wall Street Bets. You still have 20 shares? Hold them, diamond hands. Diamond hands, motherfucker. I actually posted on Wall Street Bets about their use of the R word, and how uncomfortable I was with it. RETARD. Because it not only, like, it's a word that's been used to minimize and disregard people with mental illness, but also my nephew, who's only 10, has a learning disability. So like if he were in public school, he would be probably called that word, and so I feel really difficult. It's really difficult for me to support the Democratic allocation of stock market changes when they use stuff like the R word and autist and stuff like that. You honestly don't mind? Yeah, I mind a little bit. Like, my post got a little bit of traction, but it didn't make it to the top. It's kind of like a noob filter, like 4chan-esque. Yeah, I can see that. Like, my post gained a little bit of traction, but it didn't crack the top of Wall Street Bets. Which is fine. I guess people want to be offensive sometimes. That's a weird thing about the internet, is the anonymity makes you want to be offensive a lot of the time, which is why I like streaming and why I like being a public face, is because it keeps me honest on the internet. And when you're behind just a username, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but when you're on Twitch and have your face on webcam, you know, you are responsible for the things you say, good or ill, you know? So, I feel conflicted about supporting the movement, because even apes, even calling each other apes has racial connotations that I'm not comfortable with, but that might be my white guilt bubbling up to the surface. Discord Chad, yes! Thank you, Perpaget, getting into the Discord. Check out the memes. I think you'd like the last one that I sent, Koji Likes Beer. Or Koji. Let me check it out. Did I post it to the regular Discord? No, I did the Sephiroth one. Here, one second. One second, did I? There you go, check out the memes. I think mostly what make me okay with it is that they call themselves like this. Yeah, but they're not people with mental illness. And so it's like calling yourself a wigger. You know?
Oof, that hurt me.
Did that hurt you?
That upset me.
it
Like, you should not say that.
is a phrase that has been used.
Yeah,
During-
but like that upset me so much because okay. It upsets me the same way that white people saying the N-word upsets me because
Yeah.
it makes my brain not just like
Because it makes you think it.
it makes you think it.
Hmm.
Like it makes my brain you're making me think it instead of just
Yeah, it's
taking-
kind of like brain.
instead of just taking ownership of the shitty word you want to say.
Yeah.
Like-
But that was. I mean, growing up.
Like if you're gonna say the N-word,
Say the N word.
like say it instead of making me say it in my head.
Oh, this is just like a little down a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Like you're just making me say it, and that's shitty.
It's from the history of it because before Jamie Craze, people in there were really gamblers.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's what Wall Street bets usually were.
what I
And
mean is like just don't say it. Just don't.
see, I'm actually. This might be a generational thing because you're a Zillennial. Like,
No, I'm not. I'm a millennial straight up.
no, you're 95, right?
94.
94. Oh, never mind. You are a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
97 is a cutoff.
Yes.
Okay, we watched the same
We watched the Eddie Burback
Eddie
video,
Burback video. Gen Z
and
versus
he was
millennial.
like 97 versus 96 or whatever.
Yeah, that he's a Zillennial. It's just, yeah, Père Baguette, you just have to understand that word has, especially the R word, has been used to dismiss and to vilify and to actively try to destroy people's lives. And so it's kind of like the faggot idea that we were talking about that Louis C.K. brought up in his little skit on the poker table.
Yeah, what about it?
Where, like, you kind of have to understand the history of the word before you choose to use it.
Which is exactly why you shouldn't use the N-word at all.
You shouldn't use the
You
N-word at all.
shouldn't use the phrase the N-word either. Like, you should just not be in a context unless you're specifically talking about the history of the word,
Yeah, I feel
which
like I'm...
we are doing right now.
Okay, I was gonna
You
say,
know what I
like,
mean?
I can't avoid saying the phrase the N-word. Or the R word. R-E-T-A-R-D.
Yeah, like, that's another one where, you know, you don't want to, unless you're talking about the history of the word, the context of the word, and understanding why that's a bad thing,
Yeah.
you don't want to just, like, say it.
No, that's the problem I have with Wall Street Bets.
That's the problem I have with, a lot of news sites and stuff.
Oh, really?
They'll be like, yeah, so-and-so said the N-word, or whatever.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Which is a whole different thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's no reason why Wall Street Bets should use the R word or call themselves autists. And
I've seen them defend it so hard, too.
it's so weird. It's like because like they're coming from a neurotypical place. Like I've honestly have thought about running for office. As far as like mayoral campaigns go. Fair, do you subscribe to any subreddits for day trading? Penny stocks is a good one. I'll say that. They don't use the R word or autist or anything like that. Be right back. I'm Wall Street Bets, but honestly, I barely check it. Except for the variants like Wall Street Bets OG, Wall Street Bets 2, Wall Street Bets Elite, Wall Street Bets New. Yeah, I'm on Wall Street Bets New and Wall Street Bets Elite. Just in case WSB was taken down. Yeah. Which honestly it might be. You know, did you watch the congressional hearing of D-fucking value? And RGME? Gotcha.
We continue to be truly surprised by your imagination. You have such expansive styles. It's hard to believe that it all stems from one person.
Yeah, crazy time, late January to early February. Yeah, I missed it, to be honest. I got into AMC at the very beginning of January, which was too late for any. AMC hasn't really taken off as much as I wish it would. But I'm too poor for GME. Played and some of the AOC questioning, yeah. 270-ish today. No, I just don't have enough money for that. You know, I had $100 that was like, I'm gonna gamble with this. I'm gonna put it in AMC, and I didn't buy the dip. I bought it at $16, and now it's at $8. So I'm waiting for AMC to go to the moon. The stock is cray-cray. AMC reached 12 Wednesday. Someone like recoup what I paid, because I paid on I paid at 16 because I thought that, I don't know, I listened to Wall Street Bets too much, and I thought that the beginning of day trading was going to be the low for the day, that the squeeze was going to be squozen, but yeah, it didn't happen. Yeah, I'll hold. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold until the pandemic is over and AMC actually becomes like a viable company again.
Do you want to hear my Discord's group consensus on it?
On GME and AMC?
The use of the R word.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I said, Wall Street Bets uses the R word constantly. As someone who has worked closely with people who have developmental disabilities, this really upsets me. I've heard them defend it to the fucking grave, and I still feel very against it. Am I overreacting, or is this a legit problem? And all of them said, no. It's a fucking slur.
Yeah.
And not an overreaction. No, it's wrong. Completely unjustifiable. They're huge dicks. Like, literally everyone was like, no, we're on your side here.
Okay, cool.
Like,
I felt kind of alone with that post because it didn't gain much traction.
yeah, because a lot of people are just like gonna be assholes.
Some people with the life savings in this can't imagine how this must feel. Yeah, with the life savings. I can't imagine. Yeah, it's gambling money. That's why I put the $100 in. Because it was just enough where I was able to get through the rest of the month, barely, with help from Kai, and I just haven't seen dividends from it. I mean, that's what Wall Street Bets is. It's betting on Wall Street.
Where in the world does all your inspiration come from?
Well, it is rather difficult to put into words.
From minors and children.
They naturally well up from within my heart, like bubbles rising one after another in the spring.
I want to make a... Do you mind if I make a peanut butter jelly sandwich? I have my own peanut butter, I just don't have my own jelly.
Sorry, what?
Do you mind if I make a peanut butter jelly sandwich? I have my own peanut butter, but I just don't have my own jelly.
Oh yeah, I barely go through that jelly, so it's not
Okay,
a big deal.
BRB.
Peanut butter's a little different.
Yeah.
You go through a lot of peanut butter.
I use a lot of peanut butter, that's why I got my own. You know what? I don't need it because it'll just make me less drunk. I don't need it. I want to be more drunk. I'm not less drunk. That's stupid. Won't be a millionaire anytime soon, but it pays my groceries. That's all I can ask for from a bet.
Naturally, you say.
What's important is to distance oneself from worldly desires, such as money and fame.
Yeah, fuck you, Madarame.
My atelier is a modest shack, but it is more than enough to pursue true beauty.
My atelier? What? Alright. Dictionary time. What the fuck is an atelier? I assume it's like my abode. A workshop or studio, especially one used by an artist or a designer. Man, Persona like teaching me new words.
A shack.
I see. So the act of emptying one's mind gives rise to inner beauty. Still, to think we could hear the word shack coming from the great artist Madarame.
You would
Because
understand.
everything
if you saw
shit
it.
is good.
You like it?
I love it.
Okay. These are really cheap. These are like $1.70 a pop. The market side ones. There's these Sambo ones that are like $3 a pop. But I can get you more of these like market side ones. I have my dad helps me out. Honestly, I would not be able to support myself not living at home with just my disability. My dad helps me out by giving me $50 a week of Walmart money, a credit card that only works at Walmart pretty much, or only gets benefits from Walmart, I guess. I can only access from Walmart. So my groceries and stuff come from that. So I'm kind of in charge of groceries around here. Which, with the food bank, we survive with less than $50 a week. Because, like, when's the last time you got groceries that were, like, essential? Yeah. Like, we survived pretty well on $50 a week. Actually, let me text my dad and see how much we have for the rest of the month. You would understand if you saw it.
Wasn't the word shack something?
The word, it means shack. It's a word in. Did you guys ever play that game in like elementary school or middle school where you made the circles and when you were told to stop, you counted them and it would tell you who would you marry, what domicile you would live in, how many kids you would have. Did you ever have that?
What are you talking about?
That game in like middle school or elementary
Crash.
school? What?
Crash.
Crash?
Yeah.
Where it's like, what's C?
I don't remember what they all stood for, but it was like, you know, children, house.
Shack.
No, children, relationship, something, house.
Yeah.
Like it was called Crash.
Okay, I don't think we called it Crash.
But like everybody had that same kind of thing.
Okay, I didn't know if that was a nationwide thing. Is that an international thing Parabag got? Where you would, I mean, this is specifically how we played it. Somebody would start making spirals, and when you said stop, they would count the spirals, and that would determine where they go on the grid and mark off things until you're left with a domicile you lived in, who you would marry, how many kids you would have, what job you had. What other things did they have?
I remember that.
Yeah. Was that an international thing Parabag got? I can't remember anything like that. Okay. Maybe that's just an American thing. But whenever I hear the word shack, it reminds me of that, because shack and a mansion were two of the options for like what your living quarters were. Can't prove a negative though. Sure. Yeah, your experience might be different.
Madarame-san is actually here?
Over there!
Oh,
I'm so glad I came on opening day.
those people do not have eyes. Oh, that's so creepy.
Hey, stop pushing!
I vaguely remember that in middle school. Yeah, Koji knows what I'm talking about.
There's way too many people!
I'm getting crushed!
Anyways, we gotta head for the exit. Don't die on us, alright?
I didn't know there were so many types of Japanese art.
Usually, one concentrates on their own style. However, Sensei
Look at poor
creates
Sam.
all this.
That kind of
by
reminds
himself.
me.
Look at him.
I'm looking at him. Oh, he's a floor dog. He hates being a floor dog.
He's just like, I can't. There's cats on the bed. I can't do it.
I'm streaming.
You're
He-
streaming. There's cats on the bed.
My dog Sam hates when I'm streaming.
He's just on the floor, asleep, dead asleep.
This reminds me of, like, I didn't know there were so many forms of Japanese art. There's a museum here in Arkansas that's all forms of American art. That's very interesting. It's paid for by the Waltons of Walmart fame. It's very cool.
He's special.
He's special.
There you are, Yusuke.
Does he always have to hold his arms like that?
Sensei,
Sensei!
Ah, the girl from yesterday. Are you enjoying the exhibit?
A lot of ethnic museums here in Washington. Yeah, we don't have any ethnic museums. We have the American Museum. It's the biggest museum here in Arkansas. That's just American art. It has like Rosie the Riveter by Norman Rockwell, and some like really like powerful stuff. It's one of my favorites. It used to have one by who was that cubist? I can't remember his name, but my cam is blurry. Oh, give me a second. It's still blurry. Frame rate. It's a little better. There we go. I switched between frame rate and I went there as a 6th grader. I hope it's still there. The Native American exhibit at the University of Washington. Oh, that sounds awesome. The American Museum is called Crystal Bridges in Arkansas. It did have a Native American exhibit, but I think they took it out, to be honest.
I don't know how to put it into words, but it's really amazing.
You're sensing something from the artwork. That alone is enough to give us artist satisfaction.
Yusuke is fucking beanpole.
I hope this becomes a wonderful piece, Yusuke. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
Don't tell me Yusuke becomes like a party member.
You'd imagine artists would be difficult to approach. But he seems really friendly.
indeed.
Indeed. I kind of want him to be a party member,
Painting I wanted to see in person.
but at the same time, I kind of don't.
This one?
I guess it's the painter's anger? I'm not sure, but I sense this strong frustration from it.
Kai is talking to his Discord friends.
To think such a cheerful and gentlemanly person could make such a piece.
Oh, Yusuke made that.
Something wrong?
Don't mind me. There are better pieces than this one. Come now, this way.
Why are his hands so big when his body is so small?
Ah, that old lady totally elbowed me.
God damn.
Thanks to that, I remember now.
About what?
Well, let me get to it. It's about a post online. Here, look at this.
Why'd you leave without me?
Well, excuse
You got
us.
it all wrong. We got dragged into this huge crowd, and
Anna's kind of considered to be a bombshell. I think, well, because she's American, right? Because she's blonde and like, I'm down with that on, to be honest. But I can see how she's supposed to be like very, like, I don't know. Do you guys ever watch Haikyuu, the volleyball anime? The student. Oh, 1 second.
anyways, you gotta look at this too.
I'm for any, like, I'm just for girls in general. You barely find her to be one. You're not into On?
This post might be about Madarame.
What's
I
it
get
say?
that. There's something about the twin tails, you know, and the flowy hair. Like, it's a thing.
A master of the Japanese arts is plagiarizing his pupil's work. Only his public face is shown on TV.
Plagiarizing?
Plagiarizing? You shouldn't do that.
I didn't
Look,
think
here's
much
the dog.
of it when I first
Tell
saw
them to
it,
come
but
to the
hearing
stream and hang
Shaq
out.
And Madarame
I did, and they don't want to. They don't
Oh.
like JRPGs.
Oh, fine.
Here's the dog. This is Sam.
Oh, it uses up a lot of bandwidth. Yeah, you're right. You have to have a really good. Oh, the FCC just enacted a thing where broadband users can get a $50 stipend for $50 off their broadband use. I think you have to meet like certain criteria or something.
Okay, let's talk about that when you're not drunk.
Okay, fine. Fine.
His treatment of the pupils who live with him is awful. He teaches nothing and bosses them around. He treats them inhumanely, as if disciplining a dog.
Abuse on top of plagiarism, huh?
Sounds like our guy.
This is real? It'll be a huge scandal.
I wonder if Kitagawa-kun posted this. I mean, he is a pupil of his.
Kitagawa-kun.
Who knows? It's anonymous and all.
In that case, it's possible the Madarame we heard about in Mementos is referring to the same one.
Yeah, you think?
A man like that doing such a thing? I wonder if we can ask that shadow from earlier about this.
Ah. Can I get me some carrot and hummus?
Oh, actually, we just need to talk to him in reality.
A little bit in the background.
What's up?
Shut up.
Oh.
I love Nathan.
How how are we gonna go about that? Are we
I
gonna
think he can hear
explain
you.
it all.
I
start
can hear
with
you, kind of.
mementos?
Yeah, I heard that. Thank you. Hello.
I mean, he's streaming. I'm gonna clean the hamster cage, and if it gets to be too much, I can just hang up.
Besides, if we make a move out in the open, there's
Oh,
the
hello.
possibility that Madarame will find
Miss
out.
Chickadee is ready to
Chickadee
fucking
is
go.
ready to pounce. Oh my god. She's like, give me that hamster.
Oh. Yeah, right.
There's so much shit in this hamster cage. I
What do
need
you
to deal
think
with.
about
I feel
Madarame?
like
Doesn't he
that's
seem
it.
suspicious?
She's got like the best life.
What do you think about
in the world
Madarame?
For any hamster.
He does.
She's just.
I know, right?
She's got all
This
this
all
shit,
fits way
but I
too
have to
well
deal
to
with
just
all
be a
of it.
coincidence. If this post is legit, is this the kind of target we've been waiting for?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but is it really true?
By the way, what did you do about the whole modeling thing?
Yeah, are you gonna model on?
Kitagawa-kun gave me his contact info
Get off the cage.
No.
and the address to his
Get off the
sensei's
cage.
atelier.
Get off.
It's his atelier.
He said he lives there, right? Perfect timing.
It'd be like that, okay?
Let's try going tomorrow. We're off to Madarame's house right after school.
Huh? You want me to
Because
model
she cat.
tomorrow?
She have cat
This is
brain.
too
Cat brain
sudden.
is dumb.
Sorry, Kai is cleaning out his hamster cage, and it's a process. Do you have to do that right now?
Well, you have cat brain.
Do you have to do that right now?
I don't, but I want to.
Okay.
I can hang up.
No, it's fine.
Sure.
Let me get to a save point.
Okay, get to a save point.
What? We're just gonna go talk to
Nathan's like, I can't
Kitagawa?
deal with you right now.
It's not that. It's just like you guys are the same volume as I am. So it's weird for the stream.
I mean,
Oh, that's what
you
you meant.
drinking is weird for the stream also.
I mean, but yeah, but that's
Doing it.
that's still my brand. That's still me as a
It's
product
still-
drinking.
Still your brand.
Still my brand.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to find out if that rumor about Madarame is true. If it is, it might just be exactly what we needed.
Let's see how many.
Well then.
Hey, Chickadee. Chickadee's coming back. It reminds me, the home shopping program is airing today. You want to check out the TV?
Damn.
Quick, let's check out the TV. See if there's anything we want to pick up. First of the allergy relief pack. Great for anyone who's sick of being sick. A calming mask and wide eye drops. Used to be one set was two. A cosmetic cure gift. Aroma machine and Omni vitamin.
Get over there.
I think I want the aroma machine and Omni vitamin.
Let's move this giant chunk of wood.
Hey, hey!
Apparently phones are ringing. 14,900 yen? What the? 800 yen? What the fuck?
Oh,
I have 52,000 yen. Yeah,
There she
let's
is.
fucking get it.
that's a hamster.
Of course, sold out. That's gonna destroy the lucky. Da da da.
Well then.
Alright, let's go up and save. And I'm gonna sign off for a little while until Kai
Let's
is
do it.
done. And I will be back as soon as possible.
And you might be back with Nino Kuni, who knows?
We might be back with Couch Co-op with Kai with Nino Kuni. So just follow, or you can go to my Discord, which you can get a link to by just hitting !Discord. Or you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/ffangasm. ffangasm. And I'll post when I'm going live then. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Thank you so much for coming by. I had an absolute blast. Y'all are all okay. Thank you, Koji. I will see you in a little bit. Thanks for coming by. I had a blast as always, and I will see you later. Bye.
Bye.